Are you ready for this?
We're here! Hi, what's your name?
I'm Joe Fowler.
Hi, I'm Ron Popeil.
That shows anybody?
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Tom Purvis, trainer to the trainers.
Hi, I'm Mike Levy.
Hold on to your power rod.
But wait.
What are you doing?
Call now.
Call now.
Call now. Call now. Call or log on now.
Call now.
Call right now. Call in the next 18 minutes. Call in the next 16 minutes.
Call in the next 7 minutes.
Call these numbers right now.
Hello and welcome to Call Now, where we plunge headfirst into the surreal world of infomercial. And while we can't offer you free shipping, we can guarantee that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are definitely those of this network. Thank you, Tim. A little spice on that one. Attaboy. My name is Dan Sturdivant. I'm joined as always by my co-host on this three-man we've known as Call Now. We've got three beeps. Mark Podrati, beep, beep, beep. Hello.
Hello, Dan.
How you doing?
I am bloated. I'm bloated with fun. Yeah.
Red meat will do that to you. And this guy would never bait and switch your steak on boys' night. It's Dave Sandrini. Hey, Dave.
Boys' night. Is Jared Leto going to be there?
We can only hope. Oh, man. Well, last week we watched The Perfect Steak, and it was okay.
All right, Dano.
For me, I was underwhelmed because it's a pan.
Ham.
That was the biggest thing. I said it 45 times.
I didn't want salmon! I said it 4 times!
It's a pan.
Pan fried.
And somehow these guys tied it to a Tamagotchi.
Well, if it isn't Tamagotchi.
And an unspecified increment of measurement ruler.
The 3/4 inch snap roller.
And made it an $80 treat for people to cook their steaks. But at the same time, the infomercial itself, I found pretty enjoyable.
That's incredible.
So I didn't like the product. I still don't think it's something worth buying, but I liked Beau.
Master product specialist Beau Riles.
I thought him and Susan were really fun.
Never been easier or more fun.
And overall,
I wore my pink clothes.
despite my negativity towards the Perfect Steak system itself, I thought the apparatus with which they presented the system was fairly delightful.
Is that nice?
Yeah. You forgot to mention it's a pan with a Timex on it as well.
There's no time to cry.
Yeah.
It's got the red zone. Yeah.
I'm buying it if it has a red zone.
It's got a red zone.
7 hours
It's got a conduction plate.
of uninterrupted football. Yeah, absolutely.
You can cut it in half with a laser. Yeah, it's good.
I wonder if they just put a thermometer in there and they're like, yeah, I mean, it's a pan. It's going to go to hot or not. It's pretty easy.
Watch how easy this is.
That's actually how they came up with hotornot.com was from The Perfect Steak.
You got me.
That was
Oh.
it. They go, look at her. She's a perfect steak. They nah, she's in the green zone, kid.
A green table.
Move on
Mhm.
later. No.
A+.
Yep. Base mash.
Smashed by the magic bullet.
B+.
Oh, stop that.
Yeah, it is a pan, but is anybody surprised that
We're here!
it's a pan?
I am.
I wore my pink clothes.
What did you guys expect to see going in blind to The Perfect Steak last week?
Good question.
Well, I was thinking they'd show you the perfect steak that you can cook. I thought it was going to be like a Omaha steak or one of those Trump with those
steaks.
gold Trump steaks that matches his skin color.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Oh, okay. So you thought it was going to be like just
Oh,
meat.
yeah.
Like we're going to oh, wow. So were you disappointed when it was just a pan with a
very disappointed. I was like, because I'm into the steak. I'm into that side of the product. It's like, I like quality food.
Rosemary turkey meatloaf.
yeah. Oh man, I'm
I
sorry.
get this thermometer on a cast iron pan. That's actually not cast iron because they put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's got a weird Teflon on it. I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be more of a, like very gadgety.
They're being told that different type of gadgets are going to help them get in shape.
And I think my imagination just kind of went wild.
Got your attention, huh?
Like I thought
Yeah.
maybe there'd be like a small steak pod that you put a steak in and then maybe like
This is called the Quick Painter.
attach that to some kind of hanger and then voila, there was a perfect
Yes.
steak that came out of it.
Incredible, baby. Incredible.
And then I felt stupid when I saw it and it was just
Or if you took a piece of Eric Thies meat
Chuck is absolutely one of the least expensive meats you can buy.
and it turned it into a good piece of meat somehow.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Feast meat. Yeah.
Take chuck roast.
And this is called asa what?
Asabuca.
It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
hashtag Thies meat.
And you get to buy sirloin or pork chops or chuck and flank steaks, all those less expensive cuts of meat.
Hashtag not all feast meats.
So it's kind of dummy proof.
Yeah, that would be a riot.
And it was able to repurpose it.
That's very clever. I like that.
I mean, that's alchemy. I think they stopped saying that could happen a long time ago. But
I'm going to do something more real quick.
I would definitely buy that. I would spend $80 on that if I could turn cube steak into prime rib.
Believe you've got some very pressing problems.
Yeah, they do a good job of convincing everyone that it's not a pan.
Are you saying pan?
Or at least, don't look at the fact that it's a pan. This is fun.
This is fun. You want to try the paint stick?
You aren't cooking your steaks right.
No, I've screwed up steaks. Everybody does.
The whole lie works.
The problem is people being lied to.
But I don't know. Once you figure out it's a pan, it's
Pan.
got to kind of be over here,
Yeah. There's a few reasons that I think the lie works. I think the biggest one is our boy, Beau Riles.
All right, Dano.
Beau is a pro.
Bo knows basketball, too.
Beau knows steak.
Bo knows tennis.
Beau knows selling. And Beau knows how to get shit done.
Bo, you don't know diddly.
And he also knows how to navigate those tricky relationship issues.
Don't be mad.
When you promised your wife that you're going out to dinner for your friend's birthday and have a reservation in 30 minutes.
Slight change of plans.
And have decided that instead that you're going to cook the hundreds of dollars worth of steak that you mysteriously purchased without her knowing.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than a new manicure.
Inside your house with pans that she also was unaware that you guys had acquired.
What are you doing? We have reservations in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Beau himself, he's a legend.
All right, Dano.
He's good.
He's a guy who's, since the early 90s, the stats on his website is that he's pushed almost $2 billion worth of product.
I got to show you this other product over here. It's called Ron Popeil's No Mess Food Coating Shaker.
From his infomercials, there's some stat that they make up called rollout rate.
Power run.
Don't know what that means.
That is awesome.
And the industry rollout rate
But I'm gonna get this party rolling.
is between 5 and 10%.
64.
Again, no sources cited, no data set provided.
I dream about Biden.
And Beau's rollout rate is 67%.
64.
He is 6 to 12 times better. Can you guys do math? I don't do any math.
Wait, that's his website or the perfect steak stats?
BeauRiles.com
All right, Dano.
Yeah, okay.
/hosting.php.
You got mail.
I think he might have made up his stats.
Believe me, it's well worth it.
I don't know, or his manager did. But he's actually really good.
Aren't you good?
I think he's great.
I think Mike Keenan's a genius.
He's kind of cut from the Fowler mold,
Does this look familiar?
if you will, because there are other infomercials where he plays the host.
Not only is Jack Ham the longest driver of the golf ball in the history of the game, but he's also the most innovative club designer.
And also with Kathy Mitchell.
Kathy, help.
So maybe Kathy just recruits these nice gentlemen with coiffed hair
Just spray GLH on and it instantly covers your bald
to
spot.
stand next to her because they have pitchman DNA.
Hey, Dad.
Like, all right, do you want to host this? Because I'm tired from making dump cakes.
Dump it in.
I don't know, but I love Beau.
All right, Dano.
She's good too.
We are not. I am dressed for dinner.
They're good together.
Yeah, Susan Crenshaw, she was good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
He was really good in a TV setting.
There's more TGIF coming right up.
Like Joe Fowler seems like he's kind of good anywhere.
You switched tools.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's like that Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton thing where it's like no close-ups.
I wore a beautiful skin-tight dress of my daughter's.
Get my whole body. Like you want to see all of Joe Fowler's body because he's going to be doing something.
You want a full cup of Joe.
Right.
Come on, guys.
Beau seems a little more like he's comfortable going from camera to camera to camera.
I'm running around as a barbarian half the time with my shirt off.
Nice little close out at the end.
I don't even need special clothes.
He's good.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, and Derek Schwartz of the Schwartz Group said, if you want on-camera talent to deliver your message, you want Beau Riles. His ability to deliver copy, on-camera energy, and connection to our audience makes him a proven success and a marketer's goldmine. But what I find unmatched is his insightful marketing contribution in pre-production. Due to his experience and knowledge of the DR industry, working with Beau is simply working with the best.
Oh, it's incredible.
That's interesting. Where's that, Dan?
It's on Beau's website. It's the source of all info Beau.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
All info
Okay.
is on BeauRiles.com.
Guys, I think he's a dweeb. I think he's a loser.
He is. He is.
You would not say that to his face. No fucking way.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know how tall he is yet.
No, let's hear it out. You've dug this hole.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think he's a loser. I think he's a dweeb, and I don't think he could sell anything that's actually cool.
Would a loser book his first gig as a Coors Light pitchman and his first audition? I don't think so.
Hey, Coach, do you know the
Coors Light tastes as cold as the Rockies?
You must think I'm dumb.
Again, anything cool. Could you see this guy? Like, what's cool?
Do you know how cold Coors Light is?
The labels on these cold activated bottles turn blue and the beer gets
Oh,
cold.
They brew it cold.
Look at the mountains.
There's nothing cooler than
Just
that.
look at the mountains.
Yeah, it's brewed cold, it's shipped cold, and it's enjoyed at room temperature because you're.
But wait, guys, listen.
This guy sells low country boils.
Low country boil.
This guy sells steak pans.
I think I might be able to help with the pan-pam dilemma.
This guy sells this sort of thing.
My new sausage making attachment with spices and casings included.
So as much as we're enamored with this, if you don't like the product, it's really hard to like these pitchmen because they're kind of dweeby.
You ever go to a Chinese restaurant?
In my opinion.
Yes, but I think the vulnerable among us
No, I've screwed up steaks. Everybody does.
would get taken over by Beau.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
And if we're talking about the success of these things, which would be sales,
for $3.
he did a really good job of distracting you from the fact that it was just a pan.
I got pan sword on the pan now.
Like if Dan didn't keep yelling, "This is a pan, this is a pan,"
Pan envy.
just kind of like his tenor and his meter were really good.
Honey, try a little bit. Tell me what you think.
Like I'm not saying he was hypnotizing, but he had kind of a soothing way about him.
And it beeps for the third time. That's going to tell us when to eat.
Also, the thing about the pre-production is interesting, Dan, because I do think that the pace was really good.
You can cook things really fast.
Et cetera, et cetera. So yes, I mean, he's selling stupid things.
Well, I'm Beau Riles. This is a broken shovel, and this is Fiber Fix.
But we really can't be throwing stones here.
Cut it out.
With what we've been analyzing.
He's selling it to steak culture too.
So what type of beef is best for the stews?
Yeah, he's got enough SEC Southern twang that you trust that this is a man that likes a steak.
This is a beautiful
He's got
porterhouse.
steak credibility.
He could sell it to
The South, yes.
He could sell it to a Bama couple at a tailgate. He could sell it to the lady
Or a woman.
the guy, I think.
I mean, those are open flame people, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
In a junkyard or maybe someone's fireplace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Would a dweeb play golf at the University of Illinois? Mark, you're a dweeb.
All right, Dano.
You know shit.
He was on the team?
I did read that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was NCAA golfer there.
Jeez.
That's about it though. That's all you got.
What? Come on.
Is he an Illini supporter?
He has to be.
He must be.
He's fighting.
I'm out on him. I'm just out on him.
I'll take him. I'm buying up all the Beau Riles stock, even today. And I'm going to call him after this and tell him you said that.
You've got mail.
Go. You know what? And I think there's $2 billion in sales. I think $1 billion was probably he sold a nuke at some point or something. So
Put it in the microwave oven.
kind of like jack the numbers up. I don't buy it.
Do you think he's double counting because of the pan and the pod? You think that's part of it?
Steak pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
related to that, these are wholly unavailable. Do either of you do any searches to try and find a perfect steak?
Peekaboo.
Could you find one?
No.
A few weeks ago, I found one on eBay in Europe
My gosh, and where are you from originally? Florence, Italy.
that I was like, this is silly that I have that sentence as a true story now. But that was the closest thing to available I found. And then I didn't follow up on it because I wasn't prepared to have a secondhand perfect steak system shipped from Europe. But yeah, where'd they go?
Isn't it crazy that you can search something like that, but a Bowflex is
This one's mine. You can't have it.
something? It's just so huge. I don't know. Or there's only so many items. Who knows?
You can get a Bowflex.
Actually, I found one of these things. I found one of these online.
A perfect steak?
Yeah, but you had to buy the contact body blast and like cut it open and like pull it out of the thing. They live in the island of misfit toys together.
Yeah. Okay. If you really wanted to go crazy for some of these lost items,
I lost 15.25 inches.
Craigslist would probably help.
Hi, Craig.
Like if you did a state-by-state Craigslist search, I bet you could find some of them.
State of the art.
You can find a lot of stuff doing that.
Yeah.
Not a great idea.
You're damn right you can.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
So before we go any further down the road, again, let's just give the quick highlights of what is the perfect steak system. It's a non-stick grill pan.
That paint pan.
That comes with a built-in temperature gauge.
The gauge of the aluminum.
So you know when the pan is ready to start cooking. When it's at 500 degrees, it turns red and it's the red zone. Whatever.
It's in the red zone.
They also give you the measuring stick to gauge thickness
Running with the paint stick.
based on an indeterminate increment of size. It's not mentioned as inches or centimeters.
The inches we need are everywhere around us.
It's a grade, basically. So, like when the woman has a salmon, he goes, "You're a 5."
Joyce, you are a 5.
Oh, easy, boy. Your wife's standing right there.
Oh, it's wonderful, and I'm not a cook. Wait till my husband finds out I'm going to buy this machine.
Don't neg her. She's gonna be onto your game. Come on, man. Her husband's right there. The birthday boy.
Maybe she's into it.
I like that.
Oh, we got a protester.
I dream about buying.
Well, you also get the Digital Steak Pod Nano.
Steak Pod.
Thank you, Mark. Kudos. Full credit.
Tim Apple.
Which is, I believe Dave was also the one who called it Tamagotchi.
Well, if it isn't Tamagotchi.
You guys are on fire.
He's on fire.
It's the worst thing ever. It's a stupid...
This is a piece of junk, Ron.
Goddamn digital watch that beeps at you to tell you when to flip it, when to take it off, and then how long to let it rest so you can eat it.
And it beeps for the 3rd time. That's going to tell us when to eat it.
Kitchen timer.
There's no time to cry.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Yeah. To me, it's like, well, if you can't figure those things out without your Timex beeping at you, then you shouldn't worry about cooking anything, right?
Yeah, that all sounds great. Now let's get to the food.
Especially now, where it's easy to get takeout. It's never been easier.
That's very, very easy.
Just don't even bother. Like, just don't.
It's a little sad.
Oh, gosh.
To think about someone actually trying to do it. You know what I mean?
You know who would definitely do this?
Who?
Chris S. from the Power Pressure Cooker XL.
Acted as a stovetop and an oven all in one.
A nice compliment to my pastas.
Fresh homemade pasta.
I get myself a nice 36-ounce porterhouse.
This is a beautiful porterhouse.
So I press one beep. I know that I should flip it over. Then I can get my stewed tomatoes. I love tomatoes.
He's lonely. He likes to be surrounded by tomatoes.
Hey, tomatoes. This is one I call Tom. That's a joke I say about each tomato before I cut it up.
It's called Chop-O-Matic.
I like to use a Ginso knife.
Uh-oh. Dull blade.
But then I hear the second beep and I know I can take it off. And then about 4.5, sometimes 4.75 minutes later.
So pull it out, and it's about 3/4 of the way done now.
I can cut into my porterhouse steak and enjoy it by myself in my apartment by myself.
Do what I want, how I want, and when I want.
With my tomatoes.
And sometimes I even put on some enjoyable music while I'm doing it that isn't too loud, but is loud enough for me to enjoy.
It crosses my minimum threshold, and that's really all you're aiming for. You don't want to go much above that because you got to think about your intercochlear region. You don't want to get too much vibration in there because that can cause some long-term damage. But I really do enjoy the steak pod. It's kind of like a member of my family. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
This is really great. The social worker that comes over to check on him's like, thanks for the steak, Chris. This is great.
Oh, another tomato?
You know, if you actually just throw some garlic in there, it'll sizzle. No, thank you. I prefer to do it this way.
No added fat.
Well, hey, you brought up something great there, Dave. No seasoning.
This season.
And the perfect steak. No seasoning at all. They were anti-seasoning, no salt, no pepper.
Lemon pepper pasta.
I got the health angle that they tried to push a little bit. They're like, all right, no extra fats. I'm like, all right, that's...
Fried bacon covered mac and cheese.
I can believe that. They hit it many times, so it was kind of, good shtick at the end. But the no seasoning thing, I was like, you can still do a little salt, a little pepper at least. Like, it's just going to taste like pan.
Yeah. Kind of a missed opportunity not to sprinkle a little salt on it just to make it look nice, though. You know, Salt Bay, yeah.
The birthday boy did get a little bit of butter on his ribeye because it was his birthday.
Just threw it on there.
Add a little butter while you're waiting there, man.
That was all the seasoning that they did. And they focus on, all of these things. So the pan, the measuring stick, and the pod.
Handy measuring stick. Add that information to the pod.
Are all ways for you amateurs at home.
It's just a lot easier for them to come to a restaurant and let us do it for them.
To focus on the 3 key components of making the perfect steak. It's time.
It's time that you cook it.
Temperature.
The temperature you cook it at.
And thickness.
And the thickness of the steak.
Fully recognizing this is an audio medium. If you didn't watch along with us, The Perfect Steak, please do yourself a favor and at least watch, I believe it's within the first minute and a half of the Perfect Steak infomercial. And when Beau is explaining to Susan,
television personality Susan Crenshaw,
those 3 key components,
64.
There's a little mini chef that shows up on a hand on the side of the screen.
You know what I'm noticing right away is how smooth it seems to be.
Full-size human hand pops in.
Fits my hand great.
Little baby chef is pointing to each of the 3 components, time, temperature, and thickness.
Let your kids have fun doing all the decorating.
And that was really strange. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the, 70,
64,
80 things throughout this
18
that just had me asking why.
Religion, greed, money.
sex. But why? Why? As always, it's easy to dismiss this stuff as a joke, but we have to consider the whys of each show. Pretty easy this week.
We have to.
Yeah, I think we do.
All right.
I'm going to get to a good one.
Is that crazy good?
So, got a steady show here with two good old-fashioned hosts that know how to hit their lines. Mark's
I was in a really bad car wreck.
very clean. Mark doesn't like them.
No.
Trademark.
Almost getting some Magic Bullet vibes
And here's some bullet fast magic.
with the script and setup, but can't quite hold that kind of charm.
Believe you've got some very pressing problems.
The Hazel moment, if there is one.
Did somebody say muffins?
Oh, we lost Mark. He walked off.
We'll do it live. Fuck
He
it.
walked up.
Magic.
You compare him to the Magic Bullet.
The magic bullet.
You compare him to the Bullet, and he.
Oh no, I'm
Mark, are you okay, man? It's all right.
By
Mark, he didn't mean like that.
I told you what you mean you didn't know.
He meant structurally, man.
structurally. Thank you,
Jeez.
Dan.
Mark, come on. I know you're sensitive. You got those hormones raging.
Tim, can we get him back in here?
Of course he's not going to want to be with you.
So the moment, if there is one,
Did somebody say
probably the very odd wife surprises at the
Can
restaurant.
these three kings of barbecue tell that the steaks they're about to eat were actually cooked by their wives using the perfect steak system?
Which seems simultaneously real
Any chance of getting a real breakfast?
and simultaneously forced,
Keep your back straight.
which is a strange place to be.
Recently, I took the Roto Razor to a home improvement store.
But for this show, what I'd really like to highlight is the food photography,
Brought you a picture?
which I think this might have the best of any infomercial so far. I was hungry the entire time.
Feed the hungriest gorillas.
And the real kicker is that every dish looked good. Chicken,
love this kind of chicken?
Yeah.
steak,
Shock and flank steaks.
burger,
You're not in the burger business.
salmon,
I didn't want salmon.
veggies.
Hey, that tastes great. Not like vegetables at all.
They didn't screw up any of them.
You cannot screw this up.
You won't goof it up.
They did it right by each meat and veggie.
Hey, Dave, it's steak.
I got some fillets for later on.
It's chicken.
How about chicken?
It's so easy. It's just so easy.
You having a good time, Joe?
Well, come on.
I dream about biting.
Compared to
I could make these steaks, and if I had good photographers in my house, I bet you I could make some good looking.
I showed you guys the picture. I made a standing rib roast.
You did. Yes, you did.
I didn't need an iPod Nano or a measuring stick.
And talk about precision.
I didn't need a recipe.
Take grandma's favorite recipe.
hey,
And it was delicious.
listen.
But-
You say that, and then you have things like the Bullet Express,
Here's an 8-second cocktail that I like to call Liquid Vacation.
where they're like, well, so the food,
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Granny.
what's the food supposed to look like?
Yeah, that all sounds great. Now let's get to the food.
And they're like, oh, don't worry about that. We just get the food. It looks great.
Circular nachos. Yeah.
Nachos, anybody?
And it's a nightmare. It looks terrible.
That poor
Or
intern.
you peened it with flavor,
Pound the meat with flavor.
and it looks wet.
Wet, you gotta have it wet.
Or you put bread in a can.
I've never had bread that moist before.
This looks like an Applebee's commercial.
Applebee's. Get it together, baby.
I love the way they do that.
Listen, don't disparage Applebee's like that.
Whoa.
Applebee's knows their role.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
And potential sponsor too.
Yeah, Jesus, Dave, watch yourself. Mick is out. Applebee's, we're sorry. We love you.
You guys weren't with me. I was supporting the Applebee's food photography.
All right.
You misremembered what I was saying.
I think he misremembers.
How do you prove a negative?
How do you prove a negative?
We got to call Rusty Harden to help us investigate this.
But tell me, I was hungry watching this.
Enough corn dogs to feed a small army.
Were you hungry?
I was.
You'll feed a small army.
Okay.
I definitely was. I was definitely picking nits. I didn't like how they tried to make it sound like a system,
That's the whole system.
but I like eating steak
Screwed up steak.
and chicken
Love this kind of chicken.
and salmon.
4 times.
So I liked watching those things get cooked properly and looking good.
I don't like my bacon soft.
You're spot on. All of the food did look like it was cooked very well.
A honey pecan turkey.
But I think it's very important that we head back to Nashville and spend, the next 35 minutes on the Jimmy Kelly's debacle.
We're here at Jimmy Kelly's.
Because you're absolutely right about it feeling very set up, but also accidental because the quality of the video in there is awful.
Stinky. Nasty.
It's like they shot it on a flip phone.
Yeah.
And then added that
Yeah.
into the high quality visuals of everything else. So it was like, did the camera guy get in a car accident? It was like, well,
I was in a really bad car wreck.
the 4 men who are married to 3 women always go to dinner here on Tuesday. So
Well, let's just
we're
explain it for everybody maybe who hasn't seen it. It's sort of the surprise gotcha B story.
It's the Chris Farley bit.
What?
Yeah.
It's spaghetti.
Yeah.
These are decaffeinated
Yeah,
coffee
yeah.
crystals. Yeah.
where a bunch of men
got even better results.
are waiting for a steak
You cannot make any mistakes.
at a lovely steak restaurant.
It's just a lot easier for him to come to a restaurant and let us do it for him.
Yeah, brother.
So this is the roto razor.
Cut to the kitchen
Well, we found one woman who hates her kitchen.
where we see their 3 beautiful wives,
Woman.
which we won't get into the number thing that's weird here.
64.
Basically, their wives are cooking with the perfect steak
How's your steak, sir? Very good. Very good. Is that cooked to your specifications, sir?
at the steak restaurant, and they bring them out to their husbands.
Well, the steaks passed the test.
It's staggered throughout the show. It's very weird.
Who cooked those perfect steaks?
Hidden camera style, but so weird.
The funny thing, I wanted to touch upon this
You gonna tell us?
because it's not funny.
Stop laughing. It's not fun.
Isn't there something wrong with like, oh, women can't cook steak?
I feel pretty comfortable in the kitchen and cooking, except when it comes to steaks.
Isn't that what this infomercial kind of like told us? It's like women can't cook steak.
Not the entire infomercial,
Whoa, cowboy.
but this bit.
Yeah.
This bit like really leaned into it. It changed tone here.
Well, yeah, because at first it was nobody can cook steak. Nobody.
Let's face it, cooking the perfect steak at home is tough.
Because she's like, oh, you always mess up. You can't cook steaks, Beau. We gotta go to Jimmy Kelly's. He's like, no, the boys are going there.
Brother, man.
I'm cooking.
All right, Dano.
I was like, oh, okay.
It's not Kelly Jimmy's either.
Yeah.
It's a family-run steakhouse since 1934, serving beef, fish, and wines in a romantic historic house.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
So, they close soon, but that's okay. That's not the point. The point is, yeah, the tone shift where it was, oh, no one can cook steaks. And I was like, all right, I can cook steaks. We're just kidding.
Can these 3 kings of barbecue tell that the steaks they're about to eat were actually cooked by their wives using the perfect steak system?
But this is even easier. And then it was like, a woman touching a steak? Can you see her ankles? No. Separate set of stairs. Unacceptable. It's like, but why is that the
Yeah.
line? But in infomercial land, it's always like, oh, dad, Bob Lamou, like can't do anything.
My husband's not much of a cook.
And Terry Scott couldn't
I
believe it.
can't believe this. I'm telling you.
It's that whole trope,
Mhm.
but it's weird that that's how it came in here
Desiree, come try this.
compared to the rest of
Yeah,
it.
I would guess that they had the whole show laid out, and then there was sort of a hole in the area where you needed the reality section.
This is the real deal, Joe.
You know, like the go to the market and try the food.
If you can't get a yum face like that,
And, you know, some maniac, maybe it was Beau,
Beau knows football.
came up with this crazy idea.
but I'm not done. Keep it running.
Maybe it was a producer. Who knows?
You know what would have been really boring?
I got bored.
Watching more than the 2 people that were cooking the steak in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Watching more than 2 of those. And so, Dave, to your point, I'm like, they probably cowboyed
Whoa, cowboy.
this little like bit together. Found
Yeah.
3 guys, 4 women,
64.
1 waiter, and just like did it.
So awkward, though.
Yeah, I know.
Like when the wives come out and they say, here's your steak, they're just kind of like,
I just can't believe it.
oh. They go, hello, wife.
Professional mom.
This is a
Yeah.
fine steak.
Steak that I ate tonight was fantastic.
You know, it's basically like that, and not that funny.
It cuts to them celebrating back in the kitchen too.
Daddy, it's
They went
perfect.
back in the kitchen, which makes me believe this was all fake.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys
Are you guys ready?
are also forgetting one other really weird thing that happened.
I literally did.
They went to the market. They made the people cook the steak on the stove that was facing away from them.
I really want to eat it.
And then that skinny, awkward
Yeah.
teenager
Oh,
ate the
yeah,
whole steak
yeah.
in front of all those moms who were like,
I am the king of the grill. The king of the
And that Joe Biden guy, yeah.
I'm amazed that a pan is cooked it that well.
Yeah, there were 2 of those bits. Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, bro Biden.
Oh,
He was-
yeah.
Dream about Biden.
The weird kid who was going
Yes.
after the moms. Yes. Yeah.
Can I have some more?
But that's what I mean. Like they showed 2 of those and like, we can't show anymore. Like this is fucking cooking steak.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
There's not much more to do here.
I don't know how I could do this at home with any other machine.
I don't know. They could have gone head to head. So instead of it being like the hidden camera thing,
Peekaboo cooking.
Joe Fowler.
yes, the Roto Razor Challenge.
It's time for the Roto Razor Challenge.
They should have had the perfect steak
Yeah.
challenge where it's like, no, we're going double blind.
How the strip and rip double jab really works.
All right, guys. Like that's what they should have done. They should have had the wives. Like they should have done the QRB
challenge area and see how they're doing with the QRB products. Come on.
Roto Razor Challenge,
Hi, what's your name?
where they do, here's your steak you ordered.
How's your steak, sir? Very good. Very good. Is that cooked to your specifications, sir?
But it's cut in half.
Now, I've applied the QRB remover to half the table.
Half was cooked on this.
The kids could do this too, banana.
Half was cooked on that.
That nice?
Tell us which one you like better without them being able to tell.
I don't know what to say, really.
Try to stack the deck a little bit.
Decks.
To try to get some feedback.
Keep your back straight.
You don't want to cut steaks too
Yeah,
much, though.
you'd have to get like an old pan.
Frying pan.
Here's this cook with his old trusty pan.
In fact, you can bake, boil, roast, and deep fry as well.
You know what I mean? And the old trusty pan has a hot spot.
Just spray GLH on and it instantly covers your bald spot.
Wouldn't you have been more pumped to watch the women cooking these steaks, like different cuts of meat?
I got some fillets for later on.
Yeah.
And like getting into that part of it, like I think they just kind of missed out on showing the ability to do it. Like it wasn't helping women at all.
Joyce, you are a 5.
Like when they could have.
This is not a feminist product.
The surprise steak bit could have worked better.
Got a better offer, huh?
But yes, that also would work well too, where it's just a bunch of people trying to cook 3 different steaks. That would be interesting.
Well, the other thing they could have done in that same vein
Look at that muscle working.
is In the Home with Beau and Susan.
This guy told me about both.
They could have had the birthday boy steak bake.
I think it's time to make the birthday boy his steak.
'Cause, hey, we got 6 cuts of meat, 6 steaks. We're each going to cook a steak and see who can do it best. And at the end, it's like, oh, they're all perfect steaks. Like, you know, have everyone who's never even seen the thing before. Not Beau, who's obviously, you know, semi-pro golfer and that beautiful hair and
All right, Dano.
that amazing kitchen. It's like, of course he can cook steak. God.
Are we early or something?
He looks like
Nerd.
Yeah.
He looks like Brett Cullen for crying out loud. Jeez Louise.
You guys, you want to look like
Bo
But
Ryle.
that would be very Popeil.
Yeah.
Daddy, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been very Popeil.
Off the bone, baby.
So I liked that it had its own identity.
When I was going up the stairs, I met a man who wasn't there.
I kind of liked the flow of this one.
The Beau identity.
Oh.
The Beau identity.
The Beau conspiracy. Dave, you get the door prize because you said the magic word. Bringing up the doctor himself. Let's do it. Why don't we just go ahead and slide on over to the Ronnies. It's no secret that infomercials love to claim that the products they're pitching are award-winning, but let's not forget that they wouldn't have any of those fake awards without the hard work of the real stars of these infomercials. And that's why each week we hand out the Ronnies, our acknowledgement of the greatest moments and performances in these informative and supposedly objective works of art. Named in honor of the godfather and patron saint of TV pitchmen, Ron Popeil. Take me on down to Ronnie Town.
boom, boom.
Ronnie Turioff?
Whoa. Bam, down, bam, down, bam, bam, down, bam, 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 down, bam. You guys get it yet?
Don't stop.
He said he lost his way. That bloody day. It's Ronnie by Metallica. All right. Okay.
All right, Dano.
Our first Ronnie category is the
There's a treasure underneath.
award for best value proposition. So we know that the steakhouse is always looming as the biggest competitor to the perfect steak.
Spending all that money at the fancy steakhouse.
Steakhouse quality at home.
You can never repeat the steakhouse experience. Never, that is, until now.
Our second nominee, the simplicity. The steak pod makes it so easy, a child can do it.
That was easy.
Because it tells you how to cook it.
Steak pod.
Because you use your stupid ruler.
Joyce, you are a 5.
And you hear your stupid beeps.
And it beeps for the 3rd time.
And then you're an idiot eating steak that you cooked alone in your house. Chris S., good for you.
Fresh homemade pasta.
Our next nominee is the versatility, where we heard about the number of different items that you can cook, different cuts of meat. You can do some veggies in there. And I think it's one of those things that's very subtle about why this works. And it's because it's a fucking pan.
Perfect Steak does more than just beef. Perfect Steak makes perfect tuna and salmon steaks, lamb and pork chops, and the juiciest chicken breasts ever. And it's great for family favorites like hamburgers, hot dogs, sausages, and grilled sandwiches.
And last but not least, it's perfect because in the 28 and a half minutes of this infomercial, there were 40 mentions of the word perfect. Roll that Travolta footage.
I would gladly take one of your aerobic classes if you let me interview you.
I was really beginning to like you too.
Guys, I don't know. For me, I mean, honestly, I think I would probably lean towards the versatility, but I also don't want to give it credit because of how anti-panist I am for this. So
slight change of plans.
That's where I'm starting out. That's where the biased jury is leaning, but tell me otherwise.
I'll go right in with it's perfect.
Perfect.
Because they're all pretty bad.
Hi, I'm Sinbad.
But it's perfect is kind of great.
Perfectly.
Because
it's perfect.
Perfect.
Come on, guys.
it's elusive. If you want something well done, you want something medium.
That means while Dad's steak is cooking to a perfect medium rare, Moms can keep cooking to a perfect well
You
done.
want something rare.
Keep your back straight.
It's never exactly a thing. You're always on some kind of spectrum and it's closer to one than the other. Sometimes you get it right. It's perfect.
You get the exact cut you need. Perfect and precise.
It's kind of cool.
Cool. I'm being cool here.
Maybe you would buy this. Maybe I would buy this. I wouldn't.
Are you serious?
If you could make a perfect temperature, perfect cut of meat. That's what I'll go with.
That's a nice romantic spin on that. I'm getting closer to the red zone.
It's in the red zone.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
I mean, they're all horrible. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Is an opinion on what a perfect steak is, so that's out.
But I think that's why I like it, because Dave's right.
It was romantic, yeah.
It looks perfect.
That's very clever. I like that.
It's eye of the beholder. It's nice.
It's magic.
Looks magic.
Versatility, cooks everything. It's a pan, like you said, Dan. That's bullshit. Throw it out.
No, don't throw in the trash can.
Simple.
Pretty simple.
The steak pod tells you how to cook it.
Steak pod.
My big problem with this thing is there's something therapeutic about cooking.
It's called a chan, C-H-A-N.
And this has taken that completely out
I
of
think
it.
every infomercial product does.
Now, have you noticed all the slices are the same thickness?
Right?
It does.
Because they're not
Yeah.
aiming for cooks.
It's just a lot easier for them to come to a restaurant and let us do it for them.
They're like, hey, even you
No.
can cook.
I really want to eat it.
We're sorry. Like, Chris, come here.
Fresh homemade
Like-
pasta.
Like there's something about when you're cooking yourself your own steak, and I'm going to go completely me here,
One's mine. You can't have it.
but you just know when it's ready.
Aw.
You give it love.
Are we early or something?
You give it tender care.
Fall off the bone tenderness.
You flip it. You maybe flip it again because you're like, I want to get a little more. And then you eat it and you love it.
You love making homemade sausages.
Long story short on this whole thing,
The story of Billy Blanks reads like a real-life rock.
I got to go price quality of a steakhouse because yes, if you didn't have something to cook meat at your house,
And that's important to me.
it's a lot cheaper to cook meat at your house if you have something to do it on.
Just one dinner at a fancy steakhouse could cost well over $300.
That's plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what,
You gonna tell us?
I'm on board with throwing versatility out.
Goodbye.
That's right. I'm going to push back on the steakhouse
Is that cooked to your specifications, sir?
because there's one thing that steakhouses have. Well, there's a number of things they have that the perfect steak doesn't. I know during the watch of the infomercial itself, the real difference is the quality of the meat that they get. So it's, an apples and oranges thing here.
We got to use a chuck roast, but oftentimes the cheaper cuts of meat need a lot of time to cook.
But at restaurants, they also have sides.
All right.
It's just meat. It's just stacks of meat.
Have us over for a nice family meal.
There's meat on meat on meat here.
I got some fillets for later on.
And
Here comes your bone-in ribeye, brother, man.
you're going to have the meat sweats.
It's like I'm working a muscle against a muscle.
That's a good point.
I'm a romantic. It's perfect. It is. It's perfect. And I can't wait for the 40-word supercut that's going to follow that win. Congratulations.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
Perfect, 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 perfect,
Perfect.
perfect, perfectly, perfect, perfect,
Perfect, perfect, perfection.
perfect, 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 perfect,
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect.
perfect, perfect,
Perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect,
perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect,
perfect,
Perfect. Perfect.
perfect, 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 perfect,
perfect, perfect,
perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect,
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
perfect, 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 perfect,
perfect, perfect,
perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect,
Perfect.
perfect, perfect,
perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect,
perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect, perfect steak.
It looks perfect.
Looks magic.
Looks magic.
All right. It's time for the
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like,
reward for the best piece of the package. So we will exempt the pan itself.
How did you ever manage to fit into those smashing tights?
Sorry, Mark. I know. But it's only fair. We did it for the walk.
We call a time dome.
We got to do it for the perfect steak as well.
Sure.
So the pan, even though it has its stupid conducting heating element,
I'm a bacon fan.
piece of shit, whatever. So our nominees are the Tamagotchi, aka the digital steak pod.
Steak pod.
The measuring stick.
Joyce, you are a 5.
Fuck you.
What else are you gonna measure? What else can you use it for?
It's so versatile.
Not kidding.
I measure so much stuff with that now. It's like, honey, should we move that picture up? Oh, grab the perfect steak measuring stick.
Oh, look at this precision fit.
Honey, why is everything off like 3.5 inches?
15.25 inches.
You may not recognize it because it's basically the size of a piece of tape.
This is called quick mask.
Move it one salmon up.
Joyce, you are a 5.
That's a 5. A 5.
64.
You know, a salmon's, Jesus Christ. That's why this is falling apart.
No, not a fillet. Not a fillet.
Somebody ran over the hose again.
Goddamn porterhouse.
Big value.
Big county fair.
We have the perfect steak recipe collection,
The amazing Perfect Steak Cookbook.
which gives you sides and butters.
Filled with sauces, butters, and sides.
Yep. We have the silicone tongs, which I was very enamored with watching this one.
The silicone tongs.
And as our special bonus, the wooden cutting board and steak knife set offer for just 2 payments of $39.95. Mark,
John?
why don't you tell us what you liked about this goddamn thing?
This is the best thing in the entire infomercial. It's the silicone tongs.
Yeah.
I love them. You can use them on things you don't want to scrape. You can use them on things you want to scrape. You can use them all the time.
This is a unit that if you have it, you will use.
Salads and all that stuff.
I love chopped salad when we're out, but it takes too long when we're at home.
That's the most versatile thing in here. The measuring stick isn't. The pan isn't obvious. Well, it kind of is.
It's a pan.
You are the pan.
The steak pod isn't.
Steak pod.
Are you going to be able to use a steak pod when you bake something? No. Like it's just for steak.
Bake pod? That's a different. Oh, it's the British one. It's a perfect bake. Hello.
It's a perfect bake.
Hello. 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 I'm Wally Nash, and this is the perfect bake. Now, anytime you can cook in your kitchen, you're going to want to have something that's going to tell you when to put it in, when to take it out, and then when to enjoy. It's like, oh, wow.
That's incredible.
Hey, if Wally was selling this.
With the new iOS on it, too.
Wally versus Beau, a bow down. Da-da-da-da.
Ooh, a bow down. I like that.
That would be interesting. The farm versus the circus.
You can do a pincer on QRB with the tongs as well.
Now, I noticed that you're wearing gloves.
I don't think I can pick the tongs.
My fryer is safe.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
Don't you have tongs?
Yeah, but they throw these ones
You
in.
always want more tongs.
Yes.
Always want more tongs.
All right.
They're always in the dishwasher.
We even accidentally ordered really tiny tongs that we didn't want, and they showed up, and we laughed at them. We're like, these are so stupid. And now
they're probably awesome.
I use them all the time when I put food on the table. It's like, I'm so glad I have these little tongs, because like if you're actually using them as serving tongs, you don't want your kitchen tongs on the table. They're too big. So we had these little teeny tiny tongs that we thought were just going to give to the girls as toys. And I'm like, I'm taking those back. Those are fantastic to have to get like green beans.
Steam healthy vegetables, hot dogs and buns.
That with, instead of trying to like use your finger to stick them on a spoon and get them to your plate. They're great. So yeah, I'm a real pro tong guy.
For me, it's talk me out of the measuring stick and talk me into the tongs.
The truly biggest surprise that I got.
What measurement is it in, first of all?
That doesn't matter.
Like you could just use a remote control and be like, all right, if it gets up past the third button, you got to do it a minute longer.
If you want speed,
go.
If you want efficiency,
safely and efficiently.
Don't you want to be doing a inefficient math equation before you do all of that?
I wish they got into the algorithm. Like if they went the route of the pressure cooker where they're like, with cutting edge kitchen science.
State-of-the-art kitchen science.
If they're like, engineers have spent decades finding the right algorithm.
It took me over 10 long years to invent a fryer.
To combine time, thickness, and whatever the fuck else, and have the three things. And it's like,
but a recent clinical study at one of the nation's most prestigious testing facility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I almost wish they went down that rabbit hole at least once. I mean, the call now bits were 3-4 64-minute long segments. They couldn't have snuck in one look into the test kitchen and someone with an abacus being like, oh, this is how we're going to do it. Really crunching the numbers.
You know what I think happened?
Are you going to tell us?
I think I know what happened.
They got great walked.
I think that they're some southern folks here.
Have a long show, folks.
And someone was like, well, what if I put a big ass steak on that thing? You know what I mean? And someone like, we're looking at this like, I mean, what's the difference? There's just a few different thicknesses here. And they're like, what if I put a big old steak on that baby? Yeah. How are you going to deal with that?
Someone has a really soggy cigar. It's like, I like them bigger.
Yeah.
They talk about that too, right? About leaving the bone in. You only leave the bone in there.
Well, the bone in. You want the bone in there. That's where all the flavor is, guys.
And they smash the foreman. They go right at the foreman grill.
Smashed by the magic bullet.
And say that when you, my at-home grill, I can't close the lid on and keep the bone
With
in.
that bone in there, our indoor grill, the top would never close.
Beau's like, no.
Yeah.
I said, no, Dad. What about you?
I said, no, Dad. What about you?
Stella. I'm going to have to go with, I'll take the tongs with you guys. I don't feel like fighting it.
Yeah. We're all in the family.
Hey, that's a small cutting board too.
Yeah, I think it's a piece of shit.
No, nobody wants that.
I'm so glad that we all see tongue to tongue on this one. Great job, everybody. Congratulations to those silicone tongs.
But we're still not done. We'll also include a set of silicone-coated tongs. Plus, there's more. As a part of this special TV offer, you'll also get the silicone tongs. But hold on, we're not finished yet. Be one of the first 500 callers, and we'll include the silicone tongs. And as our special bonus, silicone tongs.
All right, our next Ronnie category is the
Can I goof it up on television?
award for the most common mistake. Oh! Thank you. Jimmy Fallon, keep those checks coming, babe. So happy to be a part of the staff. It's been a great time, even during the pandemic. All the support, the love. Thank you so much. I just really appreciate the creativity and the open environment and just being able to go there once in a while. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
All right. Our nominees are. So these are the ways that they describe how people always fail to cook their steaks. Oh, because cooking steaks is hard.
Let's face it, cooking the perfect steak at home is tough.
So you can broil them, but you dry them out.
We dry them out broiling.
You can pan fry them, but they're covered in all that unhealthy fat from butter and oil and flavor.
Pan fry them for that dried out shoe leather finish.
Or yuck, you burn them in your barbecue.
Incinerate them on barbecues.
I don't know. I guess the one that looked the most depressing
Back fat and bat wings.
when they did the great video walkthrough, I really thought the broil one was bad.
It also steam bakes.
And I also never want to broil a steak at home.
All in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
I'll grill a steak. I'll do it in a pan, like grill pan or even cast iron if you're doing it inside.
I don't know how I could do this at home with any other machine.
But I never want to broil it. I don't know. And it looked awful. That one looked the worst to me.
I look okay.
So for me,
Not like I look bad.
you got to broil because even though there's less flame, it's also going to have probably the most smoke.
Smoking!
So like you're going to get in the most trouble.
I've never been able to hit anything like that before and get away with it and it'd be okay and it'd be legal.
Yeah, that's an argument starter. Don't broil your steaks, especially if you could just have the perfect steak. You're welcome.
I'm with you on that too.
I literally did that.
My mom was really good at broiling steaks.
It's the form.
That might be a generational thing. My mom was always using the broiler. I'm like, fucking broil.
Yeah. But also it was like family cooking.
The pressure cooker Excel is part of my family.
So it's like, and we had two brothers and like you had to do like a big fucking thing.
So sorry. Is your mom a woman?
Yes.
Wait.
My mom broke the mold.
Wait.
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
Good question.
So wait, so she's a female
Or a woman.
She was not at Jimmy Kelly's.
and she
Yep.
could cook steak?
Whoa, cowboy.
Yep.
Okay.
Daddy, it's perfect.
Well, she was on the other side of the Mason-Dixon, don't you know?
She also worked as well.
Whoa,
yeah, she also had a job my
whoa.
whole life. Yeah, can you believe it?
I'm offended by that.
Come on, man.
All right, whatever. Weird. No wonder Mark's so weird. All right.
No, but she was awesome at broiling steaks for a family. But the pan fried, the barbecue, like
Can these three kings of barbecue?
if you're bad at barbecuing, yeah, you're gonna fuck it up. If you're pan frying with
Flavor steam fry or
with
roast.
bad shit in there,
Back fat and bat wings.
like yeah, it's gonna be unhealthy for you. So
That's mac and cheese made with
the
love.
broil thing, I've never done it because I'm afraid of drying my steak out. So there you go.
There it is. Dave, do we have our second sweep?
I don't know. They're all kind of weird. I'm going to go with no, because I'm going to go with barbecue.
What?
I don't know what to say, really.
Because
No.
why would you?
Defense is wrong.
I don't know. It's a weird way to cook a steak.
On a grill?
Whoa, cowboy.
Oh, is that what they were saying?
I hate to admit, even easier than the barbecue.
I thought it was like a slow barbecue thing. I didn't go back.
Get
and do
him
my
out.
homework.
Come on, man.
But it was just a grill.
Incinerate them on barbecues.
We got a protester.
Did I blow it?
Can I goof it up on television?
Let me try to backtrack. Let me try to fix this.
You Second Amendment guys, you know what to do.
Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is. I don't know.
Okay.
Shut up, Dave.
I did not want to hurt myself.
I was in a really bad car wreck.
Okay, so I misremembered what I was trying to say.
I think he misremembers.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Come on, man.
How many push-ups you want to do here, pal?
And because of that, I'm going to pick broiling because it dries them out.
And that's how bullying works. Yeah. Yes, Mark. Yeah. Fuck Dave. Woo!
We made all that up just for this week.
Yeah, what an idiot. Barbecuing is definitely the worst way. Dave, you suck. We'd totally roast you on that one, you dummy.
Dude died in a hang gliding accident. What an idiot.
No, broiled them. We broiled them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Man, why do they think that Dave's the nice and sincere one and that we're assholes? I don't get it.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
That's okay.
But I'm not done. Keep it running.
Dave, I'm glad you came around.
You guys suck.
Whoa! Now apologize.
What's wrong, Eli?
I'm really sorry.
Sorry to say, Graham.
Dave, I'm glad you came to your senses.
The thing is, you need to understand my sense of humor. I think that's it.
Because, yeah, broiling, unless you're some kind of super fembot freak from the future woman who has a job and cooks for a family and can cook steak, yeah, you're not broiling them. Because yeah, see, he's turning. Good. He's becoming one of us.
Go Super Pedrati.
Mom.
Susan Pedrati.
Love you, Sue. Yeah, definitely broiling. Congratulations, broiling. Woo!
Let's face it, cooking the perfect steak at home is tough.
I know I've screwed up steaks. Everybody does.
We dry them out broiling,
Whoa, cowboy.
It's just a lot easier for him to come to a restaurant and let us do it for him.
broiling,
What are you?
broiling.
We have reservations in about 30 minutes.
Master broiling specialist Beau Riles and incinerate them.
It's that time of the show where we break out the rosemary meatloaf. Hey, Tommy.
Bud.
Sorry. Whoop, sorry. I was having a good time. But seriously.
we're having a lot of fun here.
So the
Rosemary turkey meatloaf.
award for the best dish. We're keeping it protein heavy. This is the perfect steak, okay? So our nominees are the Porterhouse,
This is a beautiful porterhouse.
the New York Strip,
I like that small New York strip.
ribeye.
I love a bone-in ribeye, all right?
We also got salmon, aka fragrant fish.
Fragrant fish,
We got some crispy chicken
crispy chicken,
and some heavenly hamburgers.
heavenly hamburgers.
So, and again, to clarify, our nominees are only those dishes that we saw cooked and presented in Beau's kitchen. So you can feel free to discuss the non-pictured items as they come to you, but that's what we're looking at. We got our cuts of steak that we saw, the porterhouse,
I got porterhouse.
the strip,
How about an 8-ounce strip over here?
the ribeye,
I got ribeye,
some salmon,
salmon steak.
some crispy chicken,
Love this kind of chicken.
some burgers.
Hamburgers.
I don't know why I turned into Tony Clifton. Felt right.
I didn't ask you.
It's going to be tough to beat a porterhouse.
There goes the beat for the porterhouse.
Just because it's definitely the best thing.
That was one of the best things to me.
I mean, I know, Mark, you're a strip guy.
With me, a signature strip.
I'm always leaning porterhouse, so
It's time to take the porterhouse off.
tell me I'm wrong about a porterhouse.
Take a look at this porterhouse.
Dan, you're right.
Yes.
The porterhouse.
This is a beautiful porterhouse.
This is a magical piece of meat because it's the hybrid between maybe the two best pieces of meat.
Now, get ready to meet Eric Feast.
The strip steak is very good
Strip?
when it's its own thing, when you're not in for this event. Because the porterhouse is an event.
Whoa, cowboy.
Yeah.
Strip steak is like,
Strip away fat.
it's like a nice little, I'll just do that and then we'll hit a movie.
I have strips in the house.
I've been a rich man.
Porterhouse,
My son and I had a doghouse.
you should never see a freezer.
You can put on freezer bags.
You can put a strip in the freezer.
you waiting for? Ice to freeze? Let's play.
Oh, I need that. If you get a porterhouse, you're like,
You live in a porterhouse.
Joe, this is my idea of heaven.
I got to go with you there, but let me just backtrack a tiny bit. At the very beginning of this infomercial, they mentioned
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Honey, try a little
They
bit.
mentioned a couple different things you do in this. It was fragrant fish,
Fragrant fish,
crispy chicken,
crispy chicken,
perfect pork,
perfect pork,
heavenly hamburger,
heavenly hamburgers,
and crunchy toasted sandwiches.
crunchy toasted sandwiches.
crunchy toasted sandwiches?
You're going to cook with it?
They just gave up on it. And I was like, why didn't they do simple succulent sandwiches or like succulent sandwiches or something like that?
And this dreary dresser into a dream.
They just gave up on it.
That's all right. I'll give it a shot anytime.
The alliteration. So
They're like fucking sandwiches.
We did coconut shrimp.
Garbage grilled cheese.
Great tasting homemade coffee can fruit and nut breads.
Pan.
You are the pan.
It's a pan.
Were you saying pan?
All right, God.
pandemic.
With gloves on.
It looked magic.
I'm Terry Scott,
Where are you from, Terry?
Kewanee, Illinois.
I'm going porterhouse.
This is a beautiful porterhouse.
Oh! All right, Dave, tell us what you like about the porterhouse. Go ahead.
I don't like the porterhouse.
What?
All right. Well, congratulations to the Porterhouse, and that concludes another edition of the Variety that can't believe number of clean sweeps tonight. Oh, all right, Dave, go ahead.
I'd go with the ribeye.
Here comes your bone-in ribeye, brother, man.
I like a more fatty,
Back fat and bat wings.
tender
Pound it with flavor.
thing.
Would you put the butter on it like they did?
Like
Are
butter.
you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Does a bear shit in the woods? Does the Pope wear a funny hat?
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Come on.
Is a bear Catholic?
Yeah, I'm putting the butter on it.
Butter boy is coming to town.
People don't say that, Mark.
Hey, you don't bully Mark. That's how this works. Your clean image is going to be sullied.
That's a mama joke.
That's a mama joke.
The important thing is that despite their vote for the ribeyes,
This ribeye alone in a steakhouse would be close to what, $50?
Dave, you do have your dissension vote. It does count. It's on the official record, so that is fair.
In this country.
But the Porterhouse does still carry the day.
Good.
Because, yeah, that's event meat.
And this is called aso what?
Asabuca.
And it's perfect.
Perfect.
And if you're making an event steak,
Outstanding.
you want it perfect. Perfect. So congrats to the Porterhouse
It's time to take the porterhouse off.
and that beautiful side of spaghetti that goes with every rosemary meatloaf winner.
This is a beautiful porterhouse. I got porterhouse. There goes the beef for the porterhouse. It's time to take the porterhouse off. Take a look at this porterhouse.
All right, guys, before we hit the dusty trail, hit the grill, get our steaks on, let's think about how do you guys cook your steaks?
You can't make any mistakes.
Or don't,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
feel like it's a poker game now for some reason.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's going to be a poker game.
I did not want to hurt myself.
I know. You guys thought I was going to lead off.
Want to go into the leading part.
I'll go. I mean, depending on the time of the year, obviously outdoors, you like to go on the grill because you like to sit outside and drink beer and shit like that.
Incinerate them on barbecues.
That's the whole experience there.
What's the idea behind circuit training?
I like the cast iron pan that is just seasoned after season after season. And
With spices and casings
I
included.
feel like the more you use it, the better it tastes. And the more you use it, the better you know how to
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
cook something on it. So I'm going cast iron pan.
I think I might be able to help with the pan-pam dilemma.
Any type of strip steak in there.
How about an 8-ounce strip over here?
Porterhouses
It's time to take the porterhouse off.
don't cook as well because the bone does impede a little bit, I think, on the flat surface. So
With that bone in there, our indoor grill, the top would never close.
I'm going strip steak and a cast iron pan on the stovetop.
Acted as a stovetop and an oven all in one.
Some people,
People just like you.
they'll always cook on the grill.
Can these three kings of barbecue?
So like crazy steak people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
My brother. It's
Yeah.
cold.
Frozen drink.
He's like, yeah, I'm putting it outside. I'm cooking my steak on the grill.
And it's February.
Yeah, I'm of that ilk. I won't cook a steak inside.
But these are frozen though.
It always goes out on the grill, 100% of the time.
I don't know how I could do this at home with any other machine.
Unless it's like a hurricane and like
Frozen drink.
I can't safely walk out to my grill,
I've got some grilled chicken here from last night's barbecue.
which is only 4 feet
64.
from my door onto my deck.
Decks.
I'm a full-time grill boy.
Food cooks fast.
And really, for almost any meat, I'll go on the grill if I can.
That's very clever. I like that.
Chicken?
How about chicken?
Chicken.
Love this kind of chicken.
Even chicken?
4 pounds of fried chicken.
One question I had for you, Mark, related to your technique.
I'm not going to do it. You do it.
Do you go high heat and sear in the pan and then drop it in the oven, or do you go all the way through up top?
High heat,
Just a bit outside.
sear in the oven.
Yep.
That is usually really nice
Nice.
when you're doing extracurricular stuff onto the meat in the oven.
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like,
If you want to like play around with like throw a little garlic or something like that.
Put in garlic. You put in your olive oil.
Yeah.
I like having that kind of like bake a little bit on it too.
Yeah. Yep. That's a pro move.
I cook everything in a pan,
Whoa, cowboy.
basically. But if it's steak,
Slight change of plan.
Yeah.
I want it on the grill
I want to look like that guy.
for sure. It's my favorite.
I'd hate to admit even easier than the barbecue.
That
I
grizzle.
know.
Come on, give it to me.
I really want to eat it.
Maybe the perfect steak doesn't sell anymore because people aren't looking at it the same way I think they were looking at it in this infomercial. Like,
They're not so pro hormone anymore.
How do you prove a negative?
no.
When was the last time someone was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a big birthday thing. We're going to a steakhouse. You down?"
What are you doing? We have reservations in about 30 minutes.
When was the last time you did that with a group of your friends?
Never with a group of friends. It's like a date with my wife, and that's it.
We are not. I am dressed for dinner.
The only other times would have been like at a casino.
Like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
Oh, yeah.
We were at a
Yep.
casino
Yeah.
one time, and one of the guys hit on roulette as soon as we got there.
Vegas!
Made like $1,000 in about 6 minutes. And we're like, okay, steakhouse. He's like, all right, I'm buying. I'm like, yes. Like, all right, like that's how you capitalize on a quick win.
I have the money is
So he ate all his money, and then we all went and lost more money after that.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, I think those are the 2 times in my life where it wasn't like a family dinner or a date. You know, the boys at the steakhouse.
Yeah.
I got one for you.
You want another one?
Right now, if that happened,
I literally did.
would you go to a sushi restaurant or a steakhouse? I would go sushi. I think the steak is kind of gone. It's kind of old school.
Feels antiquated, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's why I would go steak, because I probably haven't been to a steakhouse in a while. So that's why I would do. And especially if you're at a casino and somebody won a bunch of money, it's like, I want a fucking steak.
Here comes your bone-in ribeye, brother, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if that's the scenario, it was like sushi. Give me the steak. Give me both.
Yeah.
Oh no, fuck that. I'm getting steak.
Like on winnings.
Someone hits it again. Oh yeah, I'm getting a tomahawk. Yeah.
It's the sushi before the betting.
Yeah.
You have the sushi before the betting.
Oh no. I'm going high class sushi and high class like Japanese whiskey. I'm going.
I mean, we're talking about America.
It's the boys, and it's just you're spending someone else's money. Yeah, I'm going. I'm blowing it all on steak. I'm getting every side. I want everything. Brussels sprouts, the mash, everything. Yeah, that is a great time.
Oh, that's great.
A la carte steakhouses are a great place to do that. Where you're just tearing through. It's like, yep, give me that. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, it's every side. Every side's fine. And just throwing the menu back at the guy. That's fantastic.
Is that cooked to your specifications, sir?
And you're full of beer.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you even have a dinner roll too. And you say, screw it.
Oh, yeah.
And I really like that.
Just swabbing down that butter.
Bring in your free butter boy pass.
Yep. Switch to red wine because you're acting classy.
Fancy?
I heard this goes with steak.
All right, Dano.
Bunch of classy. Hey, you got Merlot? Yeah, let me get 2 of those, baby.
I'll take a Moretti as well.
Oh, we got a bro tester.
Why the hell would I take a test?
Anything else we need to cover? I feel like we are up to our necks in steak. We are meat sweats covered in them juices.
Ooh, I can really feel this burning now. That feels great.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that could have made this better is if they went to a strip club instead and the wives brought out the buffet.
Is it still hot out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Just totally surrealist.
Into the surreal world of infomercial. Or if it was like the shoe was on the other foot where the wives thought they were pranking the husbands.
Blimey, wowie zowie. You just been pranked.
And then they walked out into the restaurant and the husbands were gone. And then Jimmy comes out, he's like, nah, they're over at the titty bar. They go there every Tuesday. They come in here, I sell them the 3 drinks, they leave, and oh, you guys didn't know?
He ain't the prankster, right then?
It's just 3 sad wives just moping out of there.
She did all the work. All herself.
Because that's why you don't cook steak, all right?
Oh, it's wonderful. And I'm not a cook. Wait till my husband finds out I'm going to buy this machine.
Hands off.
With a steak, though.
Yeah.
And then maybe they eat the steak.
No, Jimmy, don't let that happen.
Not up in here!
Those are the first 3 women that have been allowed in that kitchen.
Or a woman.
Since 1934.
1860.
Guaranteed. And that's because
because of COVID.
What, I thought we were in the trust tree in the nest, are we not?
Yeah, because of Bovid. Yeah. Oh man, great Bovid, great times. Hey, steak, seafood, and smiles, guys. Come on, rest in pieces, Dakota Restaurant. That's it. Last call. Anybody?
Nah, that was good.
Is that crazy good?
I'm done.
I'm finished.
All right, bye guys. All right, have fun at your apartments. Thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on your preferred podcast medium. And for all things Call Now, visit callnowpodcast.com. And if you want to connect with the boys, you can find them at Call Now Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email at callnowpodcast@gmail.com. And if you can't fight the urge to pick up the phone and call now, you can leave them a voice message at 617-356-7439. And if you call in the next 30 minutes, you might just be the next star of Call Now. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you tune in next time to Call Now.
Thank you for listening. This has been a B+ effort. We'll try harder next time.